Well, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. In short, Topeka faces a crisis of leadership, and that brings me to why I'm here today. Today, I'm announcing my candidacy for governor of the state of Kansas. We need some dramatic changes in Topeka. You know, instead of debating ways to put Kansas on the leading edge of the economic recovery that is occurring in the United States and that President Trump is leading and that new policies in Washington are pushing and accelerating, instead of getting ourselves on the leading edge of that wave, we have a legislature that on Tuesday passed the largest tax increase in state history. It's outrageous. I mean, this is the time where you do not want to be taking policies that are going to reduce growth. You want to be getting on the front edge of the wave, and you want to be increasing growth. This is absolutely the worst time for the worst tax increase in our state's history. We're going in the wrong direction. That tax hits working people, it hurts the working poor, it hurts middle class, it hurts everyone. And instead of passing policies to keep Kansas on the leading edge of technology and to capitalize on all these assets we have, the areas where we're leading the country, it seems like the legislators just waste their time every year until they get to the end. And then at the end of the legislative session, they jam everything into a couple of weeks and they pass some of the worst legislation we've ever seen. And it happens again and again. And part of that is a lack of leadership. Indeed, a large part of that is a lack of leadership. The governor's office needs to lead, needs to say this is where we're going, and if we don't get there, you're going to stay in session until we get there, because we have goals and we have to reach those goals. So how do we get there? What are the problems that we're facing? I just want to talk about three things, three problems that illustrate how bad it is in Topeka: corruption, taxation, and illegal immigration. We need a candidate for governor. We need a governor who will say no and who will stop the madness of ever-increasing taxes in Topeka. The state does not need more money, and the people of Kansas do not need to keep feeding the government monster with year after year of increased taxes. Kansas does not have a revenue problem. Kansas has a spending problem. We're going to take advantage of the demographic fact that the baby boomers are retiring. We're going to see reduction by attrition, not massive layoffs, but we will try to get by with fewer employees. And something tells me that if 47 of the other states can do it, I think we can probably manage in Kansas too. As many of you know, I've spent much of my career fighting against illegal immigration. I worked at the Justice Department after 9/11. I think there's something about that in the video. I designed a system while I was there to track high-risk visitors entering the United States and residing in the United States. At the end of the first year, we had apprehended 11 suspected terrorists and hundreds of alien criminals through that system. And I've also had the honor of personally advising President Trump, both before the election and after the election, on how to reduce illegal immigration. And is he doing a good job? I think he is. Strong borders and respect for the rule of law are essential to our country and to our state. They protect us against terrorism. They protect us against crime. They protect our workers against unfair competition and against wage depression in Kansas. We have had no efforts to stop illegal immigration. In fact, Kansas is the sanctuary state of the Midwest. We are the only state in the 5-state area that has done nothing to discourage illegal immigration. That's going to change if I'm governor. There's a lot that a state can do to reduce illegal immigration, to reduce these burdens. Number one, sanctuary cities and counties in Kansas will end. Second, we will stop spending millions of dollars on public benefits and welfare for people in this state illegally. I'm running to put the interests of Kansans first. And by Kansans, I mean Kansas taxpayers. Their interests have not been respected, and especially were disrespected this past week with this outrageous tax increase. We are Kansans. We know we can do this. We know we can turn this ship around. We know that we can achieve the dreams we want to achieve through aspiration, ad aspera, through difficulty, through hard work. We can get where we need to go. And Kansas as a state can get where Kansas needs to go. It's time for Kansas to lead again, and it's time to do the job that needs to be done. Thank you. May God bless America, and God bless Kansas.